This example is an example of a semi-dynamic dashboard, and it takes advantage of how a Google Sheet can interact with a Google Doc. Now, first thing to notice with this dashboard is that the page setup has been set up in what's known as pageless mode, which means that when it publishes to the internet to share it to your board, it will give you more space on the screen. Okay, so it doesn't appear to have page margins. So that's just an option for giving you a little bit more screen real estate. Now, these are pasted graphs that have been taken from a spreadsheet. Okay, so the idea here is that you would set this dashboard up to suit you and your school, and then you would spend the time setting up the spreadsheet and creating a graph in the spreadsheet, copying and pasting that graph here into this document, and when the spreadsheet changes, this document can update. So I'm going to show you how that works. So let's go across to the spreadsheet that's feeding this. So the first example is a list of, I've got a bit of a some example data here of attendance data. So I've got an overall figure, an overall percentage on a weekly basis for both all students and what the school has decided, who the school has decided are more vulnerable students. Okay, so you can see that the percentages are also populating over here. Now this is only showing the last 7 weeks of data. So don't go changing if you decide to use this. If you delete that formula that is in K1, it will eliminate this table. Okay, this graph is developed from the data in this table, and then all I've done is I have gone to copy chart and gone and pasted it in here. So I'll just go paste it in again. And when you go to paste the chart in, it gives you the option to link it to the spreadsheet. Now, the advantage of that is that you're then creating a semi-dynamic sort of display. So I'll go paste. Now, let's go and change some of this attendance data. Let's imagine there's another couple of weeks of data, and imagine it's going, it's turning to custard. Okay, so overall it's gone down to 80%. The vulnerable students are going down. And let's just imagine it's going to go down by 75%, by 5% each week for a couple of weeks. What will happen is you will see the graph in the Google Doc will start trending down. You can see the graph changing here. So that graph doesn't need to be repasted in over here, but it does need to be refreshed. See how it's giving you the option to refresh it. So if I click that, and then if I click update, the graph has changed. Now, this particular set of data has been set up so that it only shows the latest 7 pieces of information. So it's a little bit more complex if you are wanting to adjust it. But the basic idea is to be able to create a graph in a spreadsheet, copy the graph, or copy the chart, paste it into a Google Doc, and then it will be live. Now, the idea here is that if you're lucky enough to have a admin person or someone that looks after attendance, they should be able to update this for you, and you can focus on other aspects. Okay, so in the spreadsheet, I have set up a bit of a template which you can change to suit yourself, and this is just an example with a graph showing the different types of staff who are available or unavailable. So if you change these numbers over here, those bars will change, and then in the resulting graph, it'll change on the Google Doc. Now this is a chart, but doesn't look like a chart. Okay, so this is just a running list of operational notes, and so that is literally just copying that and turning it into a chart and pasting it in. Okay, so you would be operating primarily from the Google Doc. From the spreadsheet. Now, the last thing to do once you're happy with your dashboard and you've set up your spreadsheet and you've pasted in your charts is to go share, and then make sure under general access that it doesn't say restricted, but it says anyone with the link can be a viewer. Okay, so then you can copy that